What's up? I'm so glad that my mic worked this time instead of last week before the podcast. Dude, it was it was bad. I was just like, I can't get this figured out. That's what I get for uninstalling and reinstalling Windows. That's what I get. Yeah, it was not a good idea.
I am thrilled to be here, Mr. R. Terrible. Well, I'm so glad Caleb is here. How much of Caleb do we have? Miles.
Nice. Okay, podcast over.
I warned you.
We're shutting down.
You have no excuses. Zero excuses.
You now have 5 subscribers after that.
I noticed the Prada headphones. That was very stylish of you.
I love fashion, man. No, I know nothing about it.
Oh, good lord.
Who is it, man? Oh, I'm sure it's still nuts.
No, of course not. I have brain cells I'm trying to preserve.
Oh, it's so good.
I'm waiting for the Nicolas Cage version where he's portraying, because I hear that's going to happen, and if you've seen Nicolas Cage in anything in the last couple of years, he's gotten weirder. I don't know how it happened. I mean, the best film that he's made in the past few years, other than the 5-minute karaoke after he got his divorce, had to be Color Out of Space. I love Color Out of Space, and I want to see the Tiger King. I don't care about the real Tiger King. I don't care about the murder. The lady actually, like the female, I forget what her name is, because she was actually a big fan of the radio station I used to work for and would come to remotes a lot. And I had to have this pointed out to me later by somebody. They're like, you remember this lady?
We have no, just so you know, we have no video, it looks like. It's just a stream will begin. We never switched over to video feed. It doesn't look like. Yeah, it looks like
headphones. Oh.
Man, see, we fully went all audio podcasts apparently. It was a
and
matter
there's
of
my-
time.
I wore a shirt and everything for this.
We're good. We're live now, but I mean, we were live the whole time. But holy crap! Thank you, Caleb, for interrupting. Paul, sorry, so sorry, dude. This is how we're gonna treat you on your very first time joining us all for the podcast.
If it were a good story, I would say I'd be insulted, but
I liked it. Hey, dude. So Paul used to work at Cat Country, located here in the greater Pensacola area. And in addition to that being a kind of interesting coincidence that Carol Baskin liked the radio show, Joe Exotic actually applied to work at Peg Leg Pete's, which is a restaurant that I used to work at the time. They did not hire him to wash dishes. The man owned zoos He owned zoos,
We'll
but
trust you with tigers, but bulls? I don't know.
Yes. Caleb, you seen any? Oh, dude, actually, I know you saw Squid Games, and we hadn't got a chance to talk about
I
it.
finished Squid Game.
Okay.
I really enjoyed it. I loved it. Yeah, I thought it was great. It is still not the best Korean show on Netflix. Sweet Home is still the superior show, but it is incredible. It's definitely worth the hype. I totally get why people like it. It reminds me of like Battle Royale type, but like
Sure.
not.
Yeah,
It just has that vibe to it. I really liked it though. Can't say anything but praises of it.
Let me ask you.
One bad thing. The American actors in it are atrocious.
Dude, yeah, that was a weird choice. Paul, have you seen it?
No, again, I'm gonna have to say no.
Okay,
I mean,
I'll
look,
save you from the spoiler.
2-year-old, so if you want to ask me about the Wiggles or something, I can. I'm happy to discuss.
So I watched Squid Game with my 2-year-old because I'm a horrible father. Apparently,
Oh dear Lord!
There was even one scene where I'm like, okay, I think we need to turn this off. Like where they shoot someone in the face. I'm like, okay, now we're getting too far. This is like very direct.
It's I don't want to spoil anything in case Paul you do get around to watching it, but Caleb, I gotta ask you about the final episode reveal of player number 1.
Stupid up. That was the stupidest plot twist.
It fucked me up, dude. Like the whole series it's almost perfect. I mean, it's so well paced. Everything's really well done. And then I was like, huh.
So it's unearned. This is what I was actually talking to one of my friends. She was telling me how much she loved it. And I was like, it's unearned is a problem. To have a good plot twist, you need to have enough foreshadowing to where it comes out and you're like, of course, but not so much to where it comes out and you're like, of course.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And this had none. It was just like, oh, here it goes. Here's a plot twist. You're like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, somebody said this to J.J. Abrams, so maybe he'll understand what a good plot twist is at some point.
Hey, yeah. He does all right from time to time. I think with his plot twist.
Okay, sure.
Sometimes.
But what I did watch, what I have been watching that is awesome so far is Arcane. The League of Legends show is incredible.
Okay.
How did they pick League of Legends? It has like 140 characters, and they made an amazing show out of it.
Really? So, Paul, you like it too?
Art style I've ever seen in
what?
Like a computer animated show.
It's like half CG, half hand drawn. They've done like this shading. It's like Klaus was like 70% hand drawn and 30% CG. This is the other way, where like there's just like a little bit of cell shading to it. It's an incredible look.
Caleb loves Klaus, but I'm upset about this whole situation. There's something about this that's bothering me because you didn't like Spider-Man in the Spider-Verse.
The animation
sucked. You said the animation sucked. We've got it. Roll the tape back.
No, what I said is, I said the choice to do some parts at like 15 frames of animation and 30 frames was very, very jarring.
Yeah. All right, what about Marvel What If?
Oh, okay. Marvel What If is horrible cell shading. This is not cell shaded.
What? How is it not cell shading?
So what this is they took digital art and they painted on 3D models. So therefore they are closer to like a map background painting. They have brush strokes on the 3D characters.
I'm interested. Yeah. All right, I'm interested.
It's
I watched the first episode. I just feel like you're being a little inconsistent with your
I'm 100%
demeaning Marvel all the time.
I don't like cell shading.
That's all it is. Frame rates. That's all it is. He's just concerned when you have. And look, Richard Williams, the great the guy who directed Roger Rabbit, said very plainly 30 years ago that you can't mix 2 different frame rates on screen at once unless you are trying to get across the point that young Miles Morales has not yet learned his moves very well, so he's moving at 12 frames per second. And the older, more experienced Spider-Man is moving at 24 frames per second, so his movements are very smooth.
Thank you, Paul.
That's why they did it. You break the rules every now and again if you know how to do it.
I was going to say, I don't like the fact that y'all are both kind of agreeing on stuff. You're both sharing a rectangle. Don't let that. So anyways, all right. So Arcane worth
watching.
Paul, do you play League of Legends?
Oh, hell no. No.
Caleb.
Oh, good Lord.
Hell no. I have no desire to play this game.
All right. Well, the fact that both of y'all are into the show, don't play the game, makes me excited about checking it out. The fact that the art style is something that you like, I'm definitely curious to talk about it and check it out. So I'll get back with you next week because you were not the first people to mention that to me, so I'm definitely going to check that out. I mentioned that I saw Tiger King, and then the only other thing I wanted to mention real quick is a movie called Sweetheart that I watched on Netflix. It's got want to say her name's Kelsey Clemens. She was the girl from not mid 90s. She was the girl from Caleb. What was that one hip hop movie from the 90s with the 3 kids?
Not mid 90s.
No,
skateboarding.
It was. Somebody can probably bring it up in the chat. It was a very good movie, but I ended up really enjoying this movie called Sweetheart that the same star actress is in, and basically it's like if Castaway and The Predator were mashed up.
Okay.
A girl wakes up stranded on a deserted island. The people that were with her are missing MIA, and there's this monster that comes in the night, and so she's got to kind of like fortify her surroundings and come up with a plan of a way to get off this island. And it's really just her and this really bad rubbery monster man suit. But the movie, the concept, it's fun. I really enjoyed it. Nobody's brought it up in the chat.
As long as Wilson speaks like Arnold Schwarzenegger, I'm gonna be sold.
Yeah, Caleb, have you heard of that?
Never even heard of it, but I'm sold. I mean, it sounds awesome.
Yeah. Let's see.
I watched a movie that you like, Jeremy, that I totally forgot. I thought I saw it. I've always said I've seen this movie until I watched it, and I'm like, I've never seen this movie. I Saw the Devil. Incredible film.
Okay.
It's
insane, right?
It's insane. I loved every second of it. But in my head, I think I was thinking Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance or one of the in my head. And then I watched it and I was like, I've never seen this movie. I've owned it for years and never watched it.
It really explains why you would think it was a part of the Vengeance trilogy. I mean, it fits in thematically so well with those. Yeah. It's kind of an extension of that. And the knife scene in the cab is one of the coolest shots.
Super cool.
It's insane. So, Paul, this is a South Korean.
Oh, I was thinking of the M. Night Shyamalan movie Devil, and I'm like, you're not describing anything I remember from that elevator.
no, this is a South Korean. Very brutal, like hard to watch at moments. Like it's so brutal, like about a serial killer. Like it's rough.
It's a very very much explores like the pathology involved of like what violence does to the people around it and how that cycle kind of like it mucks up everybody, but they do it in a really interesting way. Yeah.
It's like Parasite but gorier.
I think that's even a reasonable.
I think that's actually kind of a reasonable. Yeah.
I'm trying to look up what this girl's other movie was, and when I say the name of it, you guys would probably like the movie. But
what's the name? It's called What is it called? Sweetheart?
Sweetheart is the name of the movie that she's in. And then if we can pull up the actress.
Are you talking about Kiersey Clemens or
2019?
Yeah, because she wasn't in anything in the 90s other than her, she was born in the 90s.
Yes, she might have been in Euro in the 90s.
Oh, she's in Dope.
Dope, that's the one.
I've actually never seen Dope, but I wanted to see it.
That is 2015, sir. You are 20 years off.
No. It takes place in the 90s.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm not as crazy as I...
Redeemed.
Yeah, hell yeah. All right. Well, anyways, we'll go ahead and switch gears. I think we've really fleshed this thing out. Everybody got some suggestions on what to watch. Are we still streaming? Everything's still good?
Yeah, I think you're good. I lost you for a second, but
Mark McKeever, what's up, dude? Joseph Bradbury, welcome to the conversation. Rick J. Leo, what up?
I was going to say Rick James for a second. I was going to be really excited.
Zextro, welcome back to the party. Patrick McCabe, Sizzle Reel, well, what up? Welcome to the conversation. Lego Rhapsody, Subaru 79666. Love the name there. Jacob Boscher. Dante, welcome everybody. Glad you stopped by to make this a part of your Thursday evening. We're so glad to have you. We're gonna go ahead and start talking a little bit about this week's worldwide weird headlines. Here we go. Got some graphics. Boom, they go up on the screen. Things are happening. Got some music going. I can't hear it, but it's there. And
it's in my mind.
Now I gotta, oops, crap. I thought I was slick. I'm gonna get this figured out. Just gonna take a day or two. Yeah, let's see. I'm trying all sorts of new things, Paul, as far as like my graphics package.
Right.
And some so far have been a success. Mostly though, abject failure.
I
Hey,
am,
Mario's
but
turning on.
I am very happy now. I'm no longer using my work computer, so I can actually Google the weird stories that are inappropriate.
Oh yeah, that is a good thing.
So I
Yeah.
was very excited about that.
Oh gosh.
All
There's
right, here
nothing
we
quite
go.
like when you're doing research and then YouTube is like, do you want to watch this video?
Oh yeah, it'll be like inserts penis into, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not googling this at work.
Yeah, dude. Every week we get just the banging ass movie or weird news headlines, and this week is no exception. And I'm actually really excited to have Paul on for this particular episode because he's a fellow musician, and I always enjoy talking to musicians, as you can see by the wall of guitars behind him. He's also a huge Kiss fan, which excites me because this first story here is Ace Frehley claims Astroworld incident was a failed satanic ritual. For those of you that have not been paying attention, the last 2 weeks have been rough for the concert kind of conversation surrounding what shows should and are like. Travis Scott being a huge hip hop musician who had a festival in Houston a couple weeks back. There were several casualties. I think 10 people have died at this point. And the spaceman came out on Twitter and basically posted that he thought that this was satanic practices at work and that it was supposed to, I don't know, commune with the devil, but it ended up being a failure. So, Paul, first, how do you quantify what is a successful satanic ritual? And then why are you defending this guy, I guess?
So, first off, defending Ace Frehley is not possible.
I had to Google Ace
there are
Frehley.
so many Ace Frehley stories that are rattling around from over the. First off, Ace Frehley criticizing anybody about how a show has gone is really the blackest the kettle can possibly be when calling the other kettle black. So Ace Frehley, who I think during the 1970s would swallow only Jack and Coke without the Coke. There's Coke, but not that Coke. First off, they say, okay, so if it's a satanic ritual and 10 people died, what a failure. How weak is the devil? These people darned to heck instead of damned to hell. I'm really going to have to watch this here because 10 people did die and people are going to be like, you're saying that's not a tragedy. It's a tragedy, here. Okay? I'm saying though that if the devil's barely cracking his knuckles at that point, okay? And Ace. So basically, the real headline is Ace Frehley tries to remain in the public eye. Is that what this headline is supposed to be? I mean, he's what, 7,000 years old now?
Seriously, yeah. And it is just so interesting. They were on the receiving end of this same rhetoric for the better part of 2-3 decades. It seems so, like you said, I mean, the kettle calling the pot black, or the pot calling the kettle black, if you will. And I don't really understand why he would weigh in on this and bring attention to it. I'm curious, so was there ever like a Kiss show that had something bad happen? You would think over the years.
Yes, it was the majority of their set list.
All right,
Let's
fair
search
enough.
Stick
Caleb,
Show
what do you
tragedy.
think, man?
I'm gonna search.
That's hilarious.
I don't know. I don't like my whole exposure to Kiss is Detroit Rock City.
Yeah, okay.
Movie.
Okay.
That's as far as it goes. But I have
the movie.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the movie. I don't know nothing about
movie. You and 8 other people.
It's an incredible movie too. It's so good.
No, it's
so good.
The best music in the movie is other bands' songs.
This is coming from a guy, by the way, who plays in a Kiss cover band. I feel like I should spell that out.
Let me tell you what the requirement when they asked me to join, I said, "Will I get paid?" Number 1.
Uh-huh.
Number 2. That first question is the only question I really have. So, and the answer was yes. So I'm like, I'll put the makeup on. You know,
we've had conversations before. Don't let the man deceive you. He's told me off air several times that Kiss is his favorite band and Ace Frehley is his favorite musician.
I still don't care for Kiss at all. I remember watching Detroit Rock City. I'm like, oh, Black Sabbath is playing. Thank goodness. Oh,
So I love Detroit Rock City, but all the music, yeah, I don't even remember any of the music. Like I just remember the movie being good.
You know, I want to rock and roll all night. That's Kiss. That's like
Yeah, that's all I know of them.
Okay.
yeah. This band that was so dangerous, and now you can buy a toothbrush for your kids that plays rock and roll all night while they brush their teeth. That's where they are with the marketing.
Well, I mean, that's all modern music. Look at rap. Rap is like it's
true.
Karens and soccer moms bumping songs about drug dealing.
It's
I
so
can't wait
crazy.
to hear Notorious B.I.G. in a Toyota commercial. That'll be
Oh, you already are starting to hear some of these songs that you're just like, I can't believe
That's
that's
right. Eminem. What is it? You Got One Shot was in a Chrysler commercial
Yeah.
10 years ago.
Remember when Eminem was controversial? Like, you know?
Yeah. Now the only controversial thing is when Sacha Baron Cohen teabags him at the Grammys.
Yeah, dude, that does. It brings up my whole memory of late 90s. It was Eminem and it was Marilyn Manson. And they were the two that were being demonized by the moral majority, if you will. They were the ones that were directly tied to the devil, and they're trying to corrupt the youth. And I've got to say, from a marketing perspective, one of the most badass rock and roll things you can possibly do is have some sort of association with Satan. So, like, I think Travis Scott has just now earned himself a spot in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Oh, no, not in this day and age.
Go.
In this,
what do you mean?
So in this day and age, that's not the controversial thing, is being accused of that. He has to be accused of like cultural appropriation or something like that. That's rock and roll in this day.
How dare you appropriate the horns
from Italian culture?
Yeah, he's right.
Yeah, right. Like, look, that was Ronnie James Dio's thing. How dare you take that from him? You know,
yeah.
It's like I remember there was a great Onion article. It was Marilyn Manson roams the countryside looking for someone to shock. Like he walks into this old lady's home and he's doing something horrible with a crucifix, and she comes out with a plate of cookies and says, "Homoerotic blasphemy was so 1997."
Yeah, yeah, for real.
There's a funny skit right now. I think it's what's his name. He's that YouTuber Ryan Long, but he goes, he has a thing where he's like, essentially, it's about when the baby said homophobic things, you know, and they're like, he dresses up as an old man. He's like, I've been complaining about rap music for 30 years, and he just says, they're ripping me off. That's great.
Yeah, dude. Let's see. Leo says, I'm sad, y'all. On Friday, I went to see The Eternals, and in the first movie theater, they wouldn't let me in if I didn't have a negative corona test or proof of a vax card. I almost didn't see it. Well, we don't have a lot of that stuff going on here. Caleb, have you been required to show your vaccination pass?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, and he's in Colorado.
I am seeing like more and more like wear your mask signs popping up.
Yeah. All right. Well, did you know that the SpaceX toilets broke on board their last mission, and it meant that the entire crew had to be stuck wearing diapers?
That's amazing.
That's
they get to go to space. I mean, if you're gonna complain about stuff like, we got to go to space, and then we had to crap in something designed to hold crap.
Dude, no, I'm out though, for real. Like, I would go to space. I would eat the space food. I would be cool with all of that. I'm sure you don't have a whole big personal bubble as it is. You probably smell each other's farts in the station and stuff, dude. But at the moment that you have to start soiling yourself, I'm out, dude. I don't think space seems all that interesting, if I'm being honest. I think it seems boring up there.
You wouldn't crap yourself for the chance to be in space.
I don't know, Paul.
Like, I would crap on you, Jeremy, for that chance.
Yeah,
That's
no,
right.
clearly, yes.
If that were the ticket, if Jeff Bezos, and Jeff Bezos has enough money that he'd come up to me and ask this question and make me do it, is like, which one of your friends would you crap on if you want a ticket on or Elon Musk, I guess, if we're talking SpaceX.
Don't say it, dude.
You know?
Don't say it.
Okay. Well, shoot. All I have to do is just crap on one, not even like 5 friends, not even 2, just one. I have to pick some.
Jeremy.
Okay.
Jeremy, like, who do I think would be the most likely to be into this?
Well, we have already talked about it, apparently, so it would be weird if I brought up with anybody else, but you now, because we had this conversation.
Yeah. I
you know.
see. I see. I feel like at this point in our modern world, we need a more high-tech version of diapers. I want a diaper that removes itself and then just launches itself out into the
Into
fucking
space.
vacuums of space. Yeah.
We need the gray goo that can like eat up all the poo and then just like replicate itself, and make another diaper.
Yeah, dude. See,
The good
that's why
version
we
of-
have you on here. Ingenuity,
Yeah.
the kind of shit you just are not going to get on a normal Thursday night from Caleb.
No.
No, I don't have enough poo ingenuity on Thursday nights.
Sorry. Go back to
Yeah.
school and learn more about poo removal.
Both of
I
y'all
guess.
got toddlers. I'm sure you know more about poo
I
than
know
you'd ever
way
care
too much
to.
about poo. But
I have had to wipe poo out of places that I see in my nightmares.
Oh, and on that note, we'll go ahead and switch gears. We got more.
Next
We got more to
story.
talk about. The next story I hope has a little bit more a little bit more, I guess, opportunity to just get some deep thoughts out of it. It's a free country, screams masturbating man in airport.
Okay.
TSA checkpoint in Minneapolis was, let's see, okay. Let me dive a little deeper into this. So telling
Well, we're gonna
agents,
have to.
yes, we do. Telling agents he did not have to stop because it's a free country. A 44-year-old Minneapolis man is charged with threatening TSA workers at the St. Paul International Airport. The charges
Wielding a
state
deadly weapon.
correct. The charges state that he also swung a sanction. I don't know what this is. A stanchion, Stancion, stanchion line post before throwing it at agents. All right. Well, already I'm one paragraph in. What is that, Paul?
That's one of those posts that like holds up the divider nylon thing.
It's got the little nylon ropes
Yeah.
between them. This is each of the. Okay, got it. Stanchion. Never knew that word before. Towers allegedly told the TSA employee he was going to kill them. Offers gave him commands to stop and move away from the checkpoint, which he did not abide. The charges
There's a
state
lot
that
more here than the masturbating that's really got him in trouble. Like that sounds like the least of the problems.
it was a 1-2 punch, man. It was a 1-2 punch.
The masturbation was like, hey, we might let it slide, but it was the actual assault.
The story should be man masturbates and it gets worse.
Surveillance footage showed Towers punching and headbutting TV screens at the airport, taking his clothes off and masturbating. This happened about an hour before the incident at the checkpoint. Okay, so he had been monitored punching, headbutting TV screens, taking his clothes off, and masturbating an hour before he even got in trouble. This guy,
they let this go on for an hour.
What happened in that hour? They're like, wait, I want to see where this goes.
Wait, I don't know how long. I mean, let's see what this guy's stamina's like, because I don't think he's gonna last an hour.
Yeah. This is a very Florida man story.
So, I want to know the reporter writing this headline, was he like reading through the police report, like looking for like, I gotta put something in the headline here that's interesting, because headbutting TVs and punching TSAs, threatening their lives and waving a stanchion around your head, not interesting enough. What can I put in my headline? Oh, thank goodness he masturbated. Oh, fantastic. Write that down.
Yes.
They knew Jeremy would grab this one right up. They're like, masturbation story. We at least are on one podcast.
It started off for a totally different functionality, but I follow the hashtag masturbation on Twitter, and every once in a while I get a good news story out of it, you know?
I don't want to know what's about the rest of the time, but sure. I love Dimitri Martin said, people only say it's a free country when they're about to do something really douchey.
Yes.
Like, nobody ever says, like, oh, I pay my taxes. It's a free country. Like, I'll hold the door for you. It's a free country.
Yeah, dude.
That's what I'm gonna start doing, just randomly. Just when I do something nice, say it's a free country.
Free country. Here's $1. It's a free country. But
excuse me, after you, ma'am.
I want to know what part of the Declaration of Independence and Bill of Rights he was reading where he's like, jerking off in public? That's covered.
Totally fine. Yeah, no
Totally
issues there.
It's not explicitly said, but it's between the lines.
It's in the 5-finger amendment. That's what it is.
Yeah, dude. I feel like we get one of these every week. Somebody in
Dude,
an
there's
airport
always a
naked.
masturbation somewhere in Florida
Yeah,
story every
yeah.
week.
It goes without fail. And also, like, I could probably build a podcast around shark attacks, but I've been going out of my way to not bring shark attack.
We
and
did a podcast where I think you brought up aliens on every episode for like 3 years straight.
aliens, shark attacks. These are things I have to be mindful of omitting every other week at least, because otherwise it becomes a thing where they're like, this guy's obsessed with fucking aliens.
You mean obsessed with aliens, not obsessed. Okay, we're just looking at phraseology here because it's an imagination story, so I'm just concerned.
So we're gonna go ahead and get a little bit deeper into some of my obsessions in this week's Florida Man headlines, and let me make sure that when I transition this time, that I bring you guys with me, because the last time I forgot to copy.
Uh-oh.
Interesting stuff, I know. Meets copy Florida.
See, this is why I can do lives if I were in your chair.
I'm going to
It's
be
too much
killing it
work.
next week, though, man. You know? Like, after
You
I
should
get
get
it figured out.
Stream Deck. Get a Stream Deck. Wouldn't that make it easier?
Nope, I got you on the front, but that's okay. It was a start. Island Boy. Those guys. My buddy, I was hanging out with my friend Shane the other night, and he had me dying laughing because we were watching the video of the Island Boys, those two fucking Florida kids at the swimming pool.
Down a rabbit hole watching remixes, and dude, I spent like 30 minutes watching Island Boy remixes.
Dude, Shane was like, that would be me and Alec. I guess I wish I had a picture to go along with it, but these kids, dude, they were like Beavis and Butthead in real life. Like, every sentence they said sounded exactly like Beavis or Butthead. I think Shane was like Beavis. Both of them were Beavis. Both of them were fucking Beavis. And then when South Park came around, both of them were Cartman, but they were just like such little chucklehead. And he's like, yeah, dude, we would have been in trouble because if this was us nowadays, we would have been the Island Boys guy. Paul, is this ringing a bell to you? Are you familiar with these guys?
I'm looking at pictures of them right now, and they look like the exact kind of people who would complain about why they can't get hired and then go get another face tattoo.
Did you hear? Did you see the video with their teacher?
No.
I must. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, like it's on YouTube. I was Island Boy's teacher, and essentially he says that they like one day started arguing about something about science, and then the twins started fighting each other in the middle of class.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's actually it's hilarious.
You would think by the video that they were just thick as thieves coming down on each other's side every time, but I guess when arguments kick off in class, lines are drawn.
You don't know what side
I forgot what it was about. It was about something stupid too, like about space or something like that. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, oh, really? They weren't arguing about physics equations?
Yeah, it was something like that. Someone said they wanted to do something when they grew up, and he thought it was dumb, and they started fighting.
And then they look at the kids and like, "You're not gonna grow up. Shut up."
Yeah.
Patrick McCabe a moment ago, just to cut in, said, "Just yell you want me to stop. Help me finish then." In regards to the last story, sorry.
Oh,
that was good. No. Weird Al is the greatest musical genius of all time, says Rick J. I don't think that anybody's going to disagree with you. Think that there's no actual debate that Weird Al is the greatest musician.
We're not going to discuss that
of all time. No, I mean, okay. What is there to discuss, dude? I don't understand.
So here's what the teacher said.
Yankovic.
Here's what the teacher said. Is one of them said that something he said he wanted to live on a star when he grew up, and then the other one was like, you can't, stars are just gas, you can't live on them, and they started fist fighting and rolling around on the floor.
Damn, dude, one of his brothers trying to teach his brother something, and that's how he repays him.
I know.
You can't stand on a star, dude. It's like a gaseous mass.
And they started fighting. Like, that sounds like, I don't know if it's true, but it sounds very believable from that one video.
Call Jeff Bezos. We can send them to a star right now.
Yeah. Absolutely. That's not very Island Boy. If I say so myself, you can't fight your twins, dude. The third person is Paul, and he is a podcaster, musician, and former radio host as well. That's Shane asked who the third person is. I don't have any crawls for everybody today, but that's Paul Stadden. I will post his name and description or post his name and his channel down in the description. That way you guys can check out his
White
stuff.
bearded guy.
Yeah.
Won't narrow it down too much, but
yeah. Oh boy. Don't let Kanye hear you. What did we say about Kanye? Oh, about the greatest musical gene. Well, he ties with Kanye. That's actually what I was gonna say. Is it's Weird Al and Kanye. Yeah, they're both the greatest musician of all time. No argument.
No argument. I get so mad when people like genuinely believe, and this is a conversation I had when they not ironically say Weird Al's the greatest musician of all time. Makes me so angry.
I love Weird Al, but
I love Weird Al, but he's not a great no. And I've had this argument very seriously thrown at me before.
Weird Al's funny, man. His shit is great. So like speaks to like just. I don't want to say what I was gonna say. It is very rudimentary in its parodying. Like just eat it. Like I took a letter off of the just beat it. It works.
He has some like his Dare to Be Stupid. I mean, Mark Mothersbaugh of Devo said that's how he wished Devo had sounded. Like that he loved that song so much.
That's cool.
I mean,
I love that song because it's in the Transformers animated movie. That's my whole reason I love that song.
That's fantastic. I did not know that.
That's a good soundtrack.
That's an incredible soundtrack.
So Florida man firefighter attends party in blackface, and I don't think he just dressed in blackface. I think he dressed like OJ, and I just gotta ask, like, what year is it again? Like, what's happening? Where have you been, dude? Let's see, firefighter under investigation over blackface photo. His name pictured in blackface at Halloween party. Don Walker, the communications director, confirmed that one of the people in the photo is blank, who works at Brevard Fire Rescue Station 63 in Indy Atlantic. The image featuring two men and a woman was taken at a Halloween party on October 30th with the caption, "Yes, Denzel and O.J. Simpson showed up to our party."
I was very curious at first because one of them, I'm like, I don't think that's blackface. Did you see the full picture with all three of them? Because this guy in this, like, is that him? Is that supposed to be blackface, the with machete? Because the other one's definitely blackface.
Dude, the guy in the machete's blurred out on my picture, so I'm assuming that it's not. I'm assuming it's just
okay. Because I was gonna say because at first before I clicked on the picture, I saw it. I'm like, that's not blackface.
No,
the guy I clicked on the picture
coal and I'm smeared on his face.
Oh no, that's straight up blackface. Dude, why do people keep doing this? You think this is something that would have stopped already?
You would really,
and OJ, like
OJ.
Yeah. I mean, which part of that is worse?
Well, and it kind of speaks to the conversation earlier. It's like people can die, but don't you dare. Like, it's the OJ part. That's the offensive part. It's the blackface part, not the OJ part. Nobody, you can dress like OJ Simpson all you want on a normal Halloween party, so long as you're black. If you're white and you dress like OJ Simpson, the problematic part is that a white dude dressed like a murderer that was black. Does that make? Am I speaking sense here?
Like, if you're a white dude, and I guess if you're just wearing an OJ jersey, then you just like a dude who didn't watch the news for the last 30
really
years.
Big, yes.
You're like, OJ is great. Wasn't he a great football player? I loved him in the Naked Gun movies.
Yeah.
Has anything happened since 1994?
That's what this caption should read is, has anything happened since 1994? Because seriously, this is a blast from the past. I feel like 94 was probably the last year that it was socially acceptable to wear blackface.
I don't think it was ever so. Yeah, it was like way before that.
Wait, what?
Well, like 1927. You know.
Hold up, dude.
Once they made the jazz singer, and they're all like, "Let's not do this anymore," right?
White people, let me know how long it was before it was not okay to do blackface anymore. I only want to hear from the white folks in the chat too.
Yeah, I would say never was probably the right answer.
Never was the good answer. Okay, so you need to look up the Book of Lists. This came out in 1976. In 1976, the Book of Lists, one of the lists in there was who is the hero of American children, and they pulled the American children, and there's a big picture of O.J. Simpson there as #1 hero of small children, and I love how that's aged. so much.
It's perfection.
There's him just smiling like nothing's ever going to happen to my career.
Or my wife, yeah.
It's a love me forever.
We got
That'd be
Robert
great.
Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder, killed it for everybody. His interpretation of what blackface was, satirized it in a way that kind of put a nail in it for good, I think. And a lot of people talk about that because I don't believe that was actually blackface. I think that was
that's people not understanding comedy. That's condemning blackface.
Yeah,
right.
for sure.
That's the whole point, is the satire. That's why I don't like the criticism of that movie levied against it in terms of, oh, Robert Downey Jr., blackface, saying the word retard over and over again. They're satirizing Hollywood. They're satirizing the industry. They're satirizing the whitewashing of hiring, and everything about it is like they agree with you.
Yeah, they're like same page.
Like you're on the same page. It's just that you don't understand what satire is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, people are so literal minded these days, and I do find
they just removed the Confederate flag off of one of the characters in GTA in Vice City. He has a Confederate flag on his shirt. But the whole point of him is it's satirizing like a conservative. They're actually making fun of conservative, like he's ultra conservative, military. You're not supposed to like this guy and think like, oh, this is cool. This is making fun of him. It's also making fun of the flag. I'm like, actually, by removing it, the only people you're saying, hey, it's not okay to make fun of racist rednecks. You know, I'm like, you kind of miss the whole point.
And Germany now gets it. Germany for the longest time would not allow swastikas and Nazi paraphernalia in video games. So like you couldn't play Wolfenstein there.
Yeah.
And recently they were like, oh yeah, I guess the point of this game is that Nazis are bad. Like, and they kind of started reversing that. So they get it.
Yeah, dude. I feel like it's pretty hilarious that the problem that was removed from Grand Theft Auto was the guy in the fucking rebel flag shirt. Okay. And then you go and you murder a prostitute right next door.
Yeah, after.
I don't care. I'm not saying you should. It's just funny what we set our sights on.
Now this is not satire. This guy in the party. This is completely unacceptable.
No.
What are we talking about?
The guy, the firefighter.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. I just don't understand. Like how read the room.
Dude, I don't know.
The fact that, okay, how many people did this go through? Okay, so the guy shows up in blackface to the party. Nobody says anything. The girl takes a picture of the guy in blackface. Nobody says a thing. The girl uploads it to her Facebook page. Nobody has said a thing until it gets out in public. Like at no point along the line did nobody say this is a bad idea.
That this whole group of people does not hang out with a very diverse group of friends.
No.
Because even me, like if I walk into a room and I'm white, I'm going to be like, yo, you need to knock that off. You know what I mean? Like even if every other person's white, I have enough, thing to understand, and it's just like, I'm like, there was no one there who was like, yo, dude, not cool. No one.
Or alternatively, hey, dude, hilarious costume. Don't put that up on social media or we might get in trouble for it.
Yeah.
I'm a closet racist, but not an out loud one.
No one said anything.
Yeah, dude.
But I'm always concerned, like whenever I go to like a costume party, like I'm going to be in the background of a photo. Like surely I need to like be careful about where I fit, because I wouldn't really like turn around like, huh? And then just like suddenly, oh, I'm in the picture.
That's a good point.
Can you please blur me out? I was just dressed like a Power Ranger. I don't need this. I wasn't even the Black Power Ranger. I was the green one.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I don't know. I think it's crazy that it's just now coming out so far away from October. I mean, I guess it's been 3 weeks or something like that. But best of luck to him and to his next Halloween costume. Yeah. Bad move, Jack. Bad move. Let's see what the chat has to say about. Oh, I think we got something real good and racist in there somewhere. I think somebody just deleted something that was crazy.
Oh.
Let me know, guys, if so.
That would have been good advice for the firefighter. Like, maybe delete this.
If you think blackface is okay, walk through the hood and see if they accept you. If they accept you, it's cool. Yeah. There we go. What's up, Jaron? How you doing, man? Thanks for coming by and being a part of this. I know white people who say the N-word, but when brown people are around, they don't say it. Well, yeah. I would imagine that's every white person that uses the N-word.
Oh, that's not every white person. I'm a dude from the hood. There's a lot of white people who use the N-word around black people constantly.
I'm an island boy.
Yeah, like constantly.
Like
And
directed at or
no, like just it's like common vernacular. Like I never said it because it makes me uncomfortable.
Well, I mean, I
you know?
understand the concept of slang. I'm just saying, like, white people say that shit around black people
Constantly in the hood.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like it's like
I'm embarrassed for
but-
those people.
Yeah, no, I never would say it. I've been told you can say it. I'm like, I have no desire to say it. I'll say dude.
and they remain
cool, bro.
unstabbed.
Yeah, right. I swear, dude, if one person gives me the use it for free card, I am just letting out the longest,
let it
loudest
fly.
N-word you have ever heard. It's going to go on for 45 seconds long. Just every repressed part of my being that I've held in, I'm just going to...
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, 2/3 of my house now is black.
Yeah.
I'm the only fully white person left in my house.
So you can
And
give
that-
me the pass.
So no,
Oh.
there's not even,
That is
my
not how it
daughter
works.
doesn't even have the pass. If my daughter ever says that, I'm gonna lose my
Jeremy,
shit on her.
Are you just itching to say the N-word? Is that what
Please,
you're getting
dude,
across? You're
somebody-
really gonna say it? Waiting for the opportunity, like, oh, thank goodness, I'm trying to get this off the chest.
No, I don't care. I think that's so funny. The idea of somebody just giving you the okay, like, hey man, it's cool to say that. Oh, thank you. I
think-
appreciate the permission to say that.
Yeah, that's wild.
That is
It's
wild.
like that Samuel L. Jackson interview where the reporter kept saying the N-word, and it's like, man, you can just say it. And the reporter's like, is this a trap? I don't
Yeah. For real.
like it was 5 minutes of Samuel L. Jackson trying to get the whitest reporter ever to say the N-word, and finally he's like, you don't have to say it, man. I was like, oh, okay, good, next question.
What was that for? Because I remember that.
Samuel Jackson did this. That's hilarious.
That was for Django Unchained.
That's
Because-
yeah. That's right.
The whole thing was about how much the N-word was said in that movie.
Yeah. I heard that he was not all right with it. Like, there's a whole big story about the way all that worked out. I don't even want to misquote it, but I've read a little bit about the Samuel L. Jackson situation with Leonardo DiCaprio
Okay.
and the usage of the word. It's not a big deal, but it's just something kind of interesting because, I mean, Quentin Tarantino writes those screenplays. I guess it plays different when you're writing it on the page than when you're saying it out loud. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll move along. What's up, King Dingaling and DMFX? And Jack Boz and Ibrahima and everybody else in the chat that I may have missed, but I'm so glad that you're here. Dog Humper.
Back up.
Florida man.
I thought this was like a username. I was like, there's just someone.
Dog
I
Humper.
like-
Welcome to the chat.
Change your name.
So I don't know if this guy fucked the dog, but I know he's from Milton. So I'm going to assume the answer is yes. Florida man humps dog, then attacks owner when confronted, officials say.
Wasn't even his dog?
No, no.
Florida man humps dog. I'm sorry.
A Milton man has been arrested after a fight that allegedly started when the man was caught humping someone's dog, according to the arrest report. John Miller, 33, is charged with domestic violence, battery, aggravated assault, and criminal mischief. I'm getting lost in the plot already. Okay, a Milton man has been arrested after a fight that allegedly started when he was caught humping someone else's dog. So, man got in a fight after humping someone else's dog, but then he was charged for domestic violence and battery. Domestic violence, I think, happens within a household between family members. At least that's how I remember my last charge. Yeah.
Or him and his own dog. But
So
Every time I see a picture, the mugshot, I'm like, yeah, if someone's gonna hump a dog, it's this dude.
that guy.
that's
Yeah.
the guy.
Santa Rosa County, though, this is where I'm from. And Miller was caught humping a dog, and when the owner confronted him, he said Miller attacked, punched him in the head and upper body, leaving red marks and cuts. The victim said Miller destroyed items in the house and garage door. He said Miller also grabbed a knife, threatening to kill him, leaving him in fear for his and his mother's life.
Well, I just got a notification that our call ends in 10 minutes. Free group calls have a limit of 1 hour.
Yeah,
Oh,
same here.
shit.
Same here.
Let me pull that. All right. Oh, and I was supposed to extend call. Let me see if I can try it. Start
I think
your
that
14-day trial.
I think that it heard us talking about dog humping, and it's like, I gotta get these guys off the call somehow.
Yes.
I can't allow this to continue.
That's all right. That'll be it for us tonight. We got to definitely switch gears and talk about the Spider-Man stuff, though, because that's
okay, that's what I was going to say. That's why I really want to talk about Spider-Man.
All right, here we go. So we're going to go ahead and change lanes again, and we're going to come all the way down to the end of my docket here because we ended up running a little bit low on time. I didn't realize that was going to be an issue. Caleb, we use meets every week. Are you there? Paul, I see you. Caleb is... Oh, okay.
There he is. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
You just looked pensive for a second.
Yes, very much. We do this every week. We've never had an issue. I think it must be because there's 3 of us on. I don't understand.
Yeah.
So apologies for that. We are going to be a little bit short this week. However, that's okay because we have just a few minutes to talk about Spider-Man No Way Home and the new Sinister Six. Caleb, have you watched the trailer?
Yes. Oh my God, what a clusterfuck of a train wreck is that trailer.
All right, dude. Paul, did you watch the trailer? Because me and you can talk about this.
I'm going to be honest. I didn't make it past